Hey everyone, it's Alan Schimel, DevOps.com, DevOps TV here from the DevOps Enterprise Summit London 2017. And I'm here with, one person who I know who's a frequent guest on our DevOps TV and a new guest for DevOps TV and DevOps.com. We have David Rizzo and Rosalind Radcliffe of IBM. Rosalind, welcome back.
Thanks, always good to be here.
Always good to have you here. So, since I think the last time we spoke, your new book was Interconnect. It was just a few months ago. We had a new iteration. It was no longer mobile to mainframe. We had what was the new title of the book?
Now, DevOps from APIs to Z Systems for Dummies.
Fantastic. Is that when it was in March too?
Yeah.
Okay. And David, you're with IBM?
No, I am with Compuware.
Okay, and what do you do with Compuware?
I am Vice President of Product Development, so I lead all the engineering for the development of our tools at Compuware.
Absolutely. And of course, our audience has probably heard of Compuware. When you're my age, you've heard Compuware a long time. But maybe there's some people out there who aren't familiar with Compuware. Why don't we start off with a kind of quick what Compuware is, who you guys are, what are you about?
So Compuware is a mainframe software vendor. We develop software tools for developers to make them more productive in developing their mainframe applications. Our customers, Fortune 1000 companies around the world.
Fantastic. And as I said, I've known the name Compuware for years. You guys have been around
45 years.
I was going to say almost as long as I have.
Almost.
Yeah. So excellent. And so how many DevOps conferences have you spoken at?
DevOps conferences, I think this is my third.
Okay. And Rosalind, you've never appeared at a DevOps conference, have you?
All but the first one of this one,
right.
And a few times.
Many others after
yes.
that. But you're nowhere near 45 years old, of course.
I'm way over 45 years old.
Anyway, you guys are both presenting here at DOS 17 this year. Why don't you give our audience a little bit of a preview about what your presentation's on?
We just finished.
Oh, okay. Well, you're the first people we've had up here today that have actually already presented. We've been doing people before. So what was your presentation on?
So we presented on how we transformed Compuware. I presented how we transformed Compuware from a traditional waterfall company, very old, mature company, to a modern DevOps agile environment, and the tools that we use and how we've integrated not only on the mainframe but also with the other platforms, because applications cross platforms.
So this was a real case study on
Yep.
Compuware then. And how did you interact with the Enterprise Systems Group?
So we did our tool set story equivalent to Compuware's tool set story because of our transformation. So we did a similar thing in our development tooling arena to bring it all together into a single pipeline in the last couple of years.
Which we've heard the IBM
Yes.
story before. The connection here though, how did one leverage the other?
Well, there were just two really good stories. They're just two
good
mainframe stories to help demonstrate that there is absolutely no reason that mainframe does not participate in DevOps.
So I will be honest with you. That's an old story already though. If my audience out here doesn't know that mainframes participate in DevOps, well, go back and look at the other 300 videos we've done. But I'm hoping that we still don't have to make that missionary. We do.
We do. Unfortunately, the mainframe companies around the world have not fully adopted that. There's still a long way to go.
Main companies that use mainframes or companies that are servicing the mainframe market?
Using mainframes.
Perhaps then. I mean, what's interesting is, we had HPE in here earlier, and they spoke. It was two gentlemen from their software, development team, and they talked about HPE's own journey. Forget customers for a second. Their own transformation journey, which frankly isn't very, very much different than IBM's, Rosalind, because I'm familiar with it. And I'm going to assume, David, it's not a heck of a lot different than yours. And I think that's a very important, for those mainframe companies who are out there maybe watching this is a very important kind of pattern that we see, which is before I go out and make my customers, eat the dog food, I've got to eat the dog food myself. Right? I've got to understand and go through my own transformation before you can reasonably expect others to do it as well. But that being said, we are now, well, certainly with IBM, we're probably 2-3 years post first tasting the dog food.
Well, in the example of Kix, which I also used, they started their transformation in 2005.
Right.
So more than 2 or 3 years later. But it takes a while. It takes a while to do this transformation. And for mainframe users, the majority of them are still using ISPF.
Yeah.
And so our goal has to be to get them on modern tools and modern capability, and to understand that this transformation is possible.
David, similar story?
Similar stories. Our stories, as we hear from most of people, like I said, HPE, IBM, it's a very similar story of getting that transformation, moving into modern tooling, and that was a big part of what I presented is the tools that we use, not only the mainframe kind of centric tools to replace ISPF, but also those other tools that integrate across the portfolio onto the distributed platform so you can do integration and get similar results. And I also presented part of what we put together from our perspective is the 10 steps we went through to achieve that. And we've created a white paper so we can share that with other companies so they can see, here's some potential landmines you might run into that you can prepare for so that you don't experience the same things that we did, or you can get through it easier.
If anyone out here listening wants to grab that white paper, you probably don't know the URL.
www.compuware.com. It is on the home page. You will get a direct link to it. Yes.
Excellent. So you do know that. So I as surprised as I am to hear that we still have to kind of evangelize this. Let us do a little evangelization, and that is, I don't think anyone says that if you're a mainframe shop, you have to use your mainframe exclusively for everything you do. As a matter of fact, I know in your transformation, I'm going to assume in your transformation, a big part of it is hooking up these systems of records with systems of engagement, of working at the mainframe here and maybe even a public cloud there. Right, and having this kind of hybrid partnership, if you will. I mean, is that really that a hard thing to grasp?
I don't think it's it's not a hard thing to grasp. There are two problems. One, many organizations are looking at it as, I don't need to, for some reason. That mainframe stuff, it just works, and I'm just going to let it keep going because it sort of just works. And the other side of it, we have a lot of people my age and a little older who have been doing this for 30 plus years, exactly the same way for the last 30 plus years, and they don't want to change. They're getting close to retirement.
No one wants to change.
Right.
Even if they're not close to it, we're not going to retire, Rosalind. We're going to work forever. Come on.
So something interesting that we did at Compuware as part of our transformation, not only for how we do development, but for our whole business, we went to have a transformation for the whole business. And we actually do two-platform IT at Compuware, where we do it either in the cloud or on the mainframe. So using Z-Linux on the mainframe and then using cloud services. Everything on the mainframe is critical to our business, and we do cloud services for those things which aren't the strategic initiatives for us at Compuware. So they fit together very nicely, the cloud and the mainframe, and they can both be used together. There are things that some go in the cloud, some exactly as you said. The mainframe doesn't run everything. There's a time and a place for everything, and you have to identify.
There's a best platform, right, and that's really it. But so Rosalind, I remember talking with you 2-3 years ago, and we talked about sort of two-speed, bifurcated, multi-speed, and I thought maybe we were going to talk about that a little bit, where that's unrealistic too, right? We all an organization moves at one speed. It's not like we put these organizations in a centrifuge, right?
Nope.
We separate the heavy and the light elements, you know? That don't work so well either.
It doesn't work at all, but we really do need to face the fact of multi-speed IT, because different things are going to move at different speeds, but that's not because the mainframe is slow and a distributed system is fast. It's because different things need to move at different speeds. I know I've used the example before, which is the calendaring service. Yeah, we're using a Gregorian calendar, so that service doesn't change all that often. But fraud detection rules, business rules, those things need to change very frequently. And they may be sitting on the Z system as well. So there's no reason. Two-speed IT is, and Gene asked us what are the things we need help with? The two things I need help with is to get rid of this idea of two-speed IT, and
Absolutely.
finally get everyone to recognize that the mainframe platform is as DevOpsable, if that's a word, as any other platform, and to stop leaving the mainframe out.
DevOpsable, that's our new word for today. All right, guys, we're about out of time, but first of all, thank you both for presenting at DevOps Enterprise Summit. More importantly, perhaps, thank you both for really trying to bring it home to, because look, there's a lot of companies using Big Iron out there, and I know IBM has a big release coming out. Is it this summer or September, an update?
Yeah, sometime.
Something like that. And soon, it's about due.
Yes, it's about due.
It's almost ready to cook. But you know, we need to change the mindset of it's not your pop's mainframe, right? These are mainframes that are living in a DevOps world, and we all should as well, right?
Mm-hmm. The most modern platform that we have is the mainframe, and it will continue to be that.
Absolutely. From Rosalind Radcliffe's distinguished engineer at IBM, David Rizzo runs product at Compuware. Thank you very much. This is Alan Schimmel for DevOps.com and DevOps TV, live from DevOps Enterprise Summit, London 2017.